Yo, 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 what it is, what it was, what's it gonna be?
Welcome.
Welcome to the latest episode of the Gen-Xpertise Podcast, episode 44, entitled Cardio Rules Everything Around Me. We are your hosts, Main and Rants, aka
Welcome.
1.5 Knicks fans. Yeah! Yo, son, we gotta
Let's
give the
clap it up for that.
Yeah! We gotta give the
Yeah.
Yep. Yo,
You know why
so
we're celebrating. You already know why we're
you
celebrating. But tell them why
already
we're
know
celebrating.
we outside, inside, but we outside. At the time of this taping, we are a day after from whooping on those San Antonio Spurs, giving them the gentleman's sweep, son. The 4-1, not the regular sweep, which is 4-0. It's called the gentleman's sweep. You get one game, so we pull out the white gloves, old school style. Walk up to you, ha, smack you in the face 2 times with it, put it back. The gentleman's sweep, bro.
And there was another
53
close one.
years.
Another close one, man.
Another close one. And you know what? It's befitting that we're talking about them, that they won on the day that we're doing our episode on cardio health. Because
Because they almost gave us a heart attack.
they almost killed us at least 4 times, son. At least
I'm
4
telling
times.
you, man. And you know me, I'm not a sports fanatic, but I am a New York fanatic, right? Like whatever, if New York is doing well at anything, I'm down for it, right? Like, so
Man, it's
I
all
watched,
in.
I've been watching the playoffs, right? Especially the finals, and that game where OG had the tip in at the last moment, that had me on the edge. This, the game last night had me on edge. So I'm kind of glad the series is over for that reason too. Like you said, like it's not good for my heart. Like
Yeah, we're old.
like I'm getting too old. I'm getting too old for that type of excitement and that type of suspense and that anxiety is a bit much. So I'm glad they won for that reason too. But shout out to the Knicks. Congratulations.
Shout out to the Knicks, Big
to New
Body
York,
Brunson
to the
and those
Knicks.
guys, the Knicks. And you know what, too? Dogs, we literally waited I've literally waited all my life for this. And you kind of waited to see the Knicks win.
I just been passively waiting. You know what I mean?
Passively waiting. I've been living and dying by the Knicks.
Yeah.
Since I was about 9 years old, when I watched them on regular TV and listened to them on the radio, to Walt Clyde Frazier and Marv Albert. You know what I'm saying? So if you see a gray-haired man, any gray-haired man, Gen Xer in the street wearing anything Knicks, yo, just walk up to him and give him a hug, B. You don't know what we've been through, son. You don't know. You don't understand. Yeah, you don't understand.
I've seen people crying, man. Oh, man.
Man, listen.
That's the crazy part too. Like I teared up too. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I said. Like I'm not a fanatic for any sport, right? But it feels like this story and the way things were going was just so dramatic. It was like watching a movie at times, right? Like so, there was times where I teared up, man. I teared up for that game. That game 4, I teared up. Yeah, game 3, I teared up.
Yeah. I was shaking.
Game 5, I teared up a little bit.
Yo.
Yeah.
It's like the 6th happiest moment of my life. It's like the 6th most happiest moment of my life.
Yeah, I don't know where to rank it, but I was definitely excited, man.
It's top. It might even be top 5 for me. But oh my gosh, the Knicks, we did it 53 years with no chip in a basketball town. New York is basketball, son.
Yeah.
We are a basketball town, man. Oh man, it feels good.
It's crazy. It's pretty crazy, man. Like, and it's crazy. Did you see the way the city reacted though?
Oh, absolutely.
I could only, I only seen videos, but it looked like World War Z or something.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It looked like some place you don't want to be, like the Purge, sports edition.
Stuff was on fire. Cars were getting stomped on. It was bad, yo.
It was pretty crazy.
The good was really good, but the bad was a little bit like really bad.
Yeah. Real crazy. But the good stuff I saw was that, the city came together.
Yes.
Folks were having
parties.
Obviously the watch parties. Yeah, the watch parties all over the place. That was good to see too, So it was good, man. Like to see everybody kind of unified in that kind of hope.
Yes, man.
Is a rare sight. and it's
Sports
good to
brings
see. And I
people
feel like
together.
everybody, yeah, sports brings people together, and I
Hmm.
think it was good for people, whoever was watching from anywhere. I think it was a good thing to see in terms of like the unity, and you have people from all walks of life, like people hugging strangers, and
Yeah.
just like that type of unity and being like on the same accord with something is much needed. Even if
Hmm.
you couldn't be there, it was good
Yeah.
to witness something like that, like to see all those different types of people come together and just be hoping for the same outcome
Yeah,
together
man.
was
Yeah.
it's something, it's
It was
something to see. I'm
insane.
in the Knicks, like, I'm sure they didn't ask for that type of responsibility, but but
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
it's awesome that they pulled it off, and gave the city something to be proud of, gave all those people something to kind of rally around.
Yes. Yo, the summer is gonna be litty.
It's gonna be orange and blue skies the
Orange and
whole
blue
summer.
skies, baby, the whole
Maybe the rest
summer.
of the
It's
year.
gonna
The
be the
rest of the
rest of the
year.
year. Yo, let me tell you
Until the
something,
next
man.
until the next season.
And you know it's gonna ramp up even more when the next seasons comes because we all in. We all in on the
Yeah,
repeat already. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
orange and blue skies already. Shout out also my man Patrick Ewing was there. Oakley
I
was out
saw that.
there,
I saw that. I
you
was really
know.
happy to see Oak because, like, I guess for those that don't know, Oak was banned from
It's
from
banned from the
MSG.
garden.
So it was
Yeah.
nice to see him be able to see that go down in San Antonio. That was
Mm-hmm.
awesome too.
Yeah.
And
Patrick
definitely
Ewing
Patrick
was
Ewing seemed like,
happy, son.
yeah, he
He
was
was like
really
really
excited.
happy.
Yeah,
He
it
was
was good to
really
see that.
happy.
Yeah, it was good
Yeah,
to see that.
man. It was
That
like
was nice
once
to
a Nick,
see.
always a Nick. Like he
Yeah,
probably, he feels like he won too, and he contributed to that. I mean, we've had some long years, some dry spells.
yeah, yeah,
53 years in a basketball town, and you can't win a chip.
yeah,
Man, I'm getting emotional right now just talking about it.
yeah.
I ran out the house because the babies had fallen asleep. I was screaming in the middle of the street. I had a blackout on my block. That man, but I was prepared. I was prepared. You
Right.
know, the Wi-Fi went out. So all the streaming sites and everything went out, but I keep a digital antenna on deck, baby.
Wow, that's more prepared than I
I
am.
keep a digital antenna on deck to watch the regular TV, man. It was good. And your boy is and will be at that Thursday parade. I will be there, man. I will
Okay.
be there, son.
Make sure you take some footage of that. Like
Early with a lawn
let's
chair.
give the people some footage of
Oh my
the Gen
gosh.
Expertise host at the
Gen-Xpertise takes the
at the
Canyon of
parade.
Champions. The parade of, yes, man.
Yeah,
Yo,
let's do
it's
that.
gonna be
Get
crazy.
some footage. Yeah, get footage of that for sure.
It's gonna be insane,
You gotta
man.
you might have to go live. You might have to go live. Gen Expertise goes live at the
Oh,
at the
goes live at
parade.
the watch me at the parade, watch me crying. Live at the parade, just crying. Like, I can't believe this really happening. I can't
You
believe
just
it.
You know what I picture when you said that? I picture you being like Jesse Jackson, RIP to Jesse Jackson. But remember when Barack Obama got elected and the camera pans to I don't know if you remember this, but
Oh, and he
there's
was
a time
crying?
where when they showed
Yeah.
Jesse Jackson crying.
Yeah, man.
That's what I just pictured of you doing. I don't
Yeah,
know
man.
why that popped in my head right away,
I'm gonna be
but
emotional. I'm gonna be
at the
Carl
time I was
Thomas.
laughing.
I'm gonna be straight Carl Thomas out there. And if you've listened, been keeping up with us to date, you know that Rance has made a personal sacrifice since we lost the finals in 1994. I was so distraught that I've made a vow to not wear any Knicks merchandise, hats, or anything until we finally win the championship, because I felt like it was bad luck.
So
So
now you
it's
gotta
all New
go all
York,
out.
everything. Socks, underwear, you know what I mean? Scullies, hoodies,
Underwear.
and underwear, everything, bro. All New York. It's gonna be all New York, all orange and blue skies, man. My
Crazy.
little man has to I have to get him a little Brunson jersey. I have to get my daughter an OG jersey. It's, oh my gosh. It's gonna be amazing, son. It's gonna be amazing. Woo! The summer's gonna be lit. All right, so now that we've gotten that out the way, Cardio rules everything around me. We talked about the cardio nicks, the cardiac nicks. I should call them the cardiac nicks.
Oh, yo,
So
before we
go ahead.
start,
Mhm.
just real quick, I wanted to mention something. I just saw, and only because this kind of pertains to Gen Xers, right? And we talked about
Yeah.
this a while back, but this weekend I also saw the Masters of the Universe movie. Right.
Mm.
So I just want to quickly touch on this real quick. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but I just wanted to mention that for Gen Xers, go see that movie. Right? Like I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't care what your friends say. I don't care what critics say. If you're a Gen Xer, even a millennial, right? If you're in your 40s and 50s, especially, you should go see this movie. Right? It's nostalgic. It's fun. It's funny. It covers things that you may have thought about, you know, if you used to watch He-Man back in the days. Definitely go see it. Like I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I definitely had a good time watching that. We brought the kids. Kids didn't really get it completely. They enjoyed it, but they
Yeah.
definitely didn't get all the jokes. And in some cases, I'm glad they didn't get all the jokes because there's gonna be some, you know, there's some jokes in there that might be
Innuendo.
innuendo.
Mhm.
Innuendo. So there's a lot of innuendo. So yeah, but yeah, Gen Xers, go see Masters of the Universe. That it was a good time. Like it's a good nostalgic ride, you know.
Yeah. So go check that out. I'm gonna go check that out, man. I don't. I got to see that He-Man, son. You know.
Yeah, it
And
was
then,
definitely fun.
that Transformers is coming out, that 40th year, that 40th anniversary. So I have to check that out.
I can't watch that again. You talking about the re-release?
The re-release, yeah.
I
The
can't
original
ever watch that. I
Transformers.
can't watch that movie ever again, and you know why?
Yes.
You know why?
Because of Optimus.
Yeah,
It was
man.
tragic. It was tragic.
Yeah, man. That's trauma.
tragic.
And they did all of that just to sell new toys, you know, like just to come out
for
with
the
the Rodimus
For the
Prime. Yeah,
Rodimus
like
Prime.
killed off Optimus Prime just so they could have new toys coming out and have everybody go rush to get this new leader of the Autobots, man. I don't think that was right. I'm still
Meanwhile,
a little
had
bit.
all the 10-year-olds in there crying and sobbing.
Yeah, I feel a way about it, man. Like
I remember watching it, and I was
watch it again.
like all the little kids, like our jaws dropped. Like, wait, what?
I was in complete disbelief.
Can't believe it. Optimus Prime. Yeah. So, you know, check out that Masters of the Universe if you get a chance. If you're feeling nostalgic. You know, how many stars do you give it? How many stars do you give it? Oh, you know what? Hold on.
Star rating?
How many Gen X's do you give it?
How many X's?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait, no.
Hold on.
No. We can't do that. We can't do that.
I'm like, you know what?
Yeah. Scratch that.
Until we think of something, let's stick to stars for now.
Yeah. We'll go stars.
Let's keep the star rating system going for a minute until we think of something else. But honestly, man, I give it like a 3.5 star rating out of 5. Like three,
that's
3.5.
solid.
Yeah, 3.5. It was solid. It was fun. Like I said, it wasn't any like, you know, cinematic masterpiece or anything like that, but it was fun. You know, I would definitely recommend, like I said, that Gen Xers go see it, especially. Take your kids, and it's a good time. But be ready to have fun. Like don't go in there too serious and expect it to be like some like, you know, the Odyssey or something like that, because it's not going to be that, right? But if you go in there with the mentality like, hey, I'm here to have fun, it's definitely a good time.
Yeah. Cool, man. So we're sticking with the stars.
Sticking with the star rating, man. Like
that wasn't well thought out. That wasn't well thought out.
Yeah, it's all in the spur of the moment, man. Like this is real, you know?
It's jazz, son.
Yeah, this is jazz. It's all improv.
It's all improv. So I have a question for you, man. And stop me if you know this. Did you know that men developed heart disease 10 years earlier than women?
I knew that it was earlier. I didn't know the exact number, to be honest with you. Like I knew that men have a tendency to develop it more often and sooner in their lifetime than women, for sure.
Yeah, and it usually rears its little ugly head at around 35 years old for men.
That's early too, right? And I was thinking like in your 40s is when you should start really kind of screening and asking your doctor, you know, what you should do to prevent an event, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's where it rears its head at 35. And when I think I mentioned the story about the doctor telling me that once you get to your 40s, if you can get past your 40s, it's just a pretty good chance that you're going to live a longer, healthier life. But
Yeah,
that 10 years from 40 to 50 is when
right,
everything goes wrong. Because when you think about it, when you're 35, a lot of people start getting married, a lot of men start having children, they're deep into their careers. So the stress levels start ramping up. Now they're probably not going to the gym as much as they used to. They're not jogging or
right.
running or lifting or playing basketball leagues. We're kind of like slowing down, taking our foot off the gas a little bit, but
Yeah,
then we're also enjoying the finer things in life. The foods, the things we don't curtail or the things we don't slow down is the food and the drinks and the indulgence. So I can
right,
see
right.
why at 35 it'll probably start rearing its ugly
Yeah.
little head.
I guess yeah, that's the sweet spot, right? Like
Mhm.
for like we talked about before, there's like you said, there's kind of a slowdown that happens because of all the reasons that you just mentioned, right? If you have a
Mhm.
family, your career's kind of taking off around that time, usually. If
Mhm.
you're in like a career job, um, all that stuff, right? Like so if you're starting your family or if you're married and all that stuff, like a lot of things that life just gets in the way around that time, right? Between
Mhm.
like your 30s and your 40s, that's when life is really, really at full throttle,
Mhm.
where you don't have time to do all the things that you used to do when you were younger. So I could see that too.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like man, it feels like we're coming in full circle on a lot of these topics, man. Because I remember talking about this in the very first episode, right? Like we talked about kind of how you're not in if you're in your 40s and 50s, you're not in midlife, right? Because the average person is going to live to be, 70 plus years old, like 75, 76 years old, right? So if
Mhm.
you think about it, once you get past 40 and you're into your 50s, you're kind of in your three-quarter life, you know, like you're not in midlife. So you have to really, really take these things seriously. Like, heart health becomes paramount because heart health is like in that top five that we talked about too in the first episode, where there's
Mhm.
like, I think there was five, right? Like there was heart, um, diabetes, and I'm talking about like the top five things that people tend to pass away from after a certain age, right? Like
Mhm.
men in their 40s and 50s, if they pass away from something other than natural causes, the top five I think is heart disease, diabetes, a neurodegenerative disease, a
Mhm.
stroke, and I'm forgetting the fifth one. Maybe it was only
Was one suicide? Was it suicide one?
suicide is definitely on the list. I don't know if that was five though. So maybe it was four. We'll do a facts
Mm.
or funny or something on
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
but yeah, like so basically heart, neurodegenerative disease, diabetes, stroke are up there on the top five in the list, right? And
Yeah.
I realized that heart disease kind of leads to a lot of other kind of peripheral diseases, for lack of
Mhm.
better terms, right? Like things that start at your heart kind of wind up affecting a lot of other parts of your body, and I learned that the hard way a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
And but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
but
like a gateway.
yeah, it's definitely a gateway. Like if you don't take good care of your heart, you're gonna find that a lot of other things start to fail on you because of the idea that your heart is pumping blood to the rest of your body.
Mhm.
That's delivering oxygen and nutrients,
Mhm.
and there's all
Mhm.
types of cascading effects of neglecting heart health, right?
Yeah.
Um, so so yeah,
Yeah. But the good news is that 90% of cardiovascular disease is preventable. So that's the good news.
really, ninety
Yes.
percent.
I
All
I
right.
saw it and I said 90% of cardiovascular disease is preventable
So
with
you're saying
lifestyle
there's a
changes.
chance.
There's a chance. That's a big chance. That's a good chance. 90, I'll take those odds.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking for myself. Like, I gotta stick around for a minute, so gotta figure this thing out.
Mm-hmm.
Stop eating Oreos and burgers and stuff.
As many of you that have been with us along this journey, you also know that Maine and I, we do our Saturday morning walks. So we take a walk, we get up and we take a walk every Saturday morning, and it's going on 2 years. If once we get to the end of this year, it'll be 2 years of consistency.
Sheesh, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy to think about.
That would be 2 years of consistently walking every Saturday morning.
Wow, man, that's pretty amazing. I'm glad
Mm-hmm.
that we're doing that. I'm glad you're the one that suggested that, man.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate it because sometimes that might be the exercise I get for the week, to be honest with you. Like,
Yeah.
and but the good part is that that might set me on a good trajectory for the rest of the week, to be honest with you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so it could go either way. It depends on how my week goes, but sometimes that sets me in the right direction, right? Like when we do our walk, then the next day I do another little workout, and then the next day I might do another little something. So I'll get my like 3 days out of 5. I'll get
Yeah.
it in, right? And I feel great and I feel better about myself after I do that, right? So I'm glad you suggested that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, sometimes it might be the only workout I get in the week, but then
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it has that cascading effect of like leading me to do it in other days, right? So it's definitely a positive.
We just mentioned about it being a gateway, heart disease being a gateway to other like peripheral diseases. Walking and making a healthy choice is also a gateway to doing other healthier things. Like Maine just said, getting an extra workout in. My man is sprouting now. He's eating sprouts. He's putting sprouts on everything. He's having sprout sandwiches. He's putting sprouts in his smoothies. You know what I'm saying? He's, he's
So real quick, that's another thing that you put me on to. So you
uh-huh.
definitely been kind of like
Yo, am I my
my my
brother's
my
keeper?
free fitness and nutrition consultant or something, right? But
Uh-huh.
yeah, like you put me on to sprouting, right? And for those that don't know, you can sprout pretty much any type of seed, but the best seed that I found was is broccoli seeds, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the best ones. There's a lot of them. Like there's mung beans, there's chia, there's regular lentil, all types of
Chickpeas,
beans,
lentils,
chickpeas.
anything. Mm-hmm.
So, but
Sunflower seeds, all types of
sunflower
stuff.
seeds,
Mm-hmm.
but you could basically get like these mixes of seeds. But the one that I found is like kind of a gateway for me, so to speak, is the broccoli seed, and it's supposed to have like something like 5 to 10 times as much nutrients as actual broccoli, right? So you take the
Mm-hmm.
seeds, you put them in a jar, you soak them overnight, and then for like 5 days you just rinse them in the jar. And I got one of those jars that has a strainer at the top, and you just sit it on the counter, right? Like you
Mm-hmm.
rinse them off, you sit it on the counter. Like I said, you rinse it twice a day, matter of fact, twice a day for about 5 days. And you'll find that by that fifth day about, you'll have a full jar of sprouts, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
sprouts are very nutrient dense. They're really good for you. They're filling. They give you fiber. Um, so
Mm-hmm.
all types of antioxidants, stuff like that. So yeah, highly recommend. That's another one I'm glad you mentioned that because that's something I've been recommending to people just in passing, just randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, I've been sprouting. Like, it's a it's a funny conversation to start,
Yeah.
but people seem open to it once I start talking about it and how easy it is. Because basically, you're growing pretty much the vegetable nutrition you need. You could just grow it on your counter without any soil, without any sunlight. You just use
Yeah.
water and just let it do its thing. Drain it and let it do its thing for 5 days, and you got a full jar of sprouts.
Yeah. You basically just set it and forget it, like them old Ronco commercials. Like
Yeah,
the rotisserie chicken.
yeah, yeah. I remember I
The
had one of
Ronco
those.
set
At
it and
least my
forget
my
it.
my family had one of those.
Uh-huh. How did it work? Did it work good? Because we didn't get I
It
was
worked.
skeptical about it. It
It
was like
worked.
a mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you though, it was hard to clean. Like it
Yeah,
it
son.
it, it definitely worked, but it wasn't that easy cleanup
That's
that
the
they show
thing. Like they
on the
make it seem
infomercial.
like it is. Like the
Nah.
George Foreman grill also isn't as easy to clean as you would
Yeah.
think, man. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know,
With all that stuff
eventually
dripping down.
we're off on a tangent a little bit, but
Yeah.
eventually, the George Foreman grill, they started upgrading it where you could take off the plates, right? Because the first iteration of the George Foreman grill, you couldn't take off the plates that heat up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of had to figure out like, like how to wipe it down.
Yeah.
You obviously couldn't immerse it in water.
Yeah.
And like you said, like it wasn't easy to clean the way it showed on the commercial or the infomercial, right?
Mm-hmm.
But eventually they upgraded the George. They have all sorts of George Foreman grills anyway, but
They have mini
eventually they
ones
came
now
out.
too.
Yeah, but eventually they came out with one where you could take the plates off, the heating, the mechanism that heats up. You could take those off and you could clean them separately, right? Like you could actually wash them and then
Mm-hmm.
dry them and put them back on, right? So I'm like, somebody should have done this a long time ago.
Long time ago, man.
But
Long time
yeah,
ago. You know who
yeah.
got offered it first, right?
Hulk Hogan, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he picked like the mixer or something. He picked like a shake
Yeah.
mixer or whatever.
Pick something stupid. Mm-hmm. Yeah. George Foreman's kids are
Yeah,
still eating off of that.
who knew, man? Who knew?
Yeah.
Like that's one of those
Apparently
things
George
that you can't,
Foreman. But
exactly,
yeah,
like exactly.
yeah, man. So now that we got off on our
That's
regular
another. I
scheduled
mean,
tangent, go ahead. We got
but
some more
hey, I mean,
tangency.
nah, you know what's funny that it's a tangent, but it feels still very relevant to Gen Xers for some reason. I like when we go off on tangents that are still like a nostalgic trip down memory lane because
Mhm.
that George Foreman grill was kind of like that was like our Gen X like I don't know that was my introduction to cooking or
Yo,
something
4
like real
minutes, a burger
cooking.
in 4 minutes.
Yeah, like that's when I could step it up. Like my parents didn't just hold me to grill cheese and scrambled eggs anymore.
You could
I
get
could
a chicken breast
yeah I could get a chicken breast. I could throw a burger in there.
with the lines on it, like
Yeah,
it looked like you really
yeah.
cooked it outside on
Looked
the
like I
grill.
really did something. Exactly. Like it looked like I
Yeah.
was really grilling.
And to our defense, its defense, it is heart healthy because it is getting rid of all that
Oh
unnecessary
yeah,
fat.
the way
Yeah,
the fat, the drip pan, like the way the
drips.
fat would drip down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, all of that.
Yeah, so there you go. It's all relevant. We all bring it. We bring it back. We always
It's
bring it
all
back.
full circle.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
never irrelevant with us. It's never
Yeah. So
irrelevant.
yeah, we throw it down the street, but then it comes back around the other block. You know what I mean? So
It's always a point to it. It's always a point to our stories.
yeah, man. Yeah. I also saw that 1 in 5 heart attacks are silent.
Mm,
So there's silent heart attacks. One of the things that I found out is that you can have a heart attack and not even know you have a heart attack. So that
right.
indigestion that
I
you
know that.
have may be a heart attack, and that if you have a heart attack, it always shows up in your EKG. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that either.
So let's say you had a heart attack 10 years ago and you didn't know, right? You didn't
Uh-huh.
know. You just figured it was, you
Indigestion or
just was
something.
indigestion, or you was hungover, whatever. You was just stressful at the job and you might have
Gas.
had, so yeah. So you can go to the doctor and the doctor can see you. If there's anything where they're checking a physical and they check your EKG, a heart attack leaves a permanent mark in your heartbeat. So your heartbeat is different for the rest of your life, and they can spot it on the printout, on the readout.
Mm.
And the doctor like, when did you have a heart attack? I didn't. What you mean I had a heart attack? Yeah, you had a heart attack because it's like totally imprinted on your heart.
Wow. I guess that's good in a way, like so doctors can show you, like even if you didn't know you had it, at least the doctor knows if they do that test. So I guess in a way that's a good thing.
So that's a little tidbit that I found out about heart attacks. So cardio health is very, very important, to say the least.
Yeah.
Keep
I also
those.
found out that about 1 in 4 male deaths in the U.S. is related to heart disease.
Oh, that's 25%.
Yeah,
That's insane.
that's a crazy number. So it doesn't mean that necessarily that a heart attack or a heart event, but it's
Yeah.
related some way. Because like I was saying, like I found out the hard way that issues with heart disease and heart health can affect the rest of your body as well, right? Because so that death could be from something that's related to the heart without being a direct heart attack or a direct like cardiac event. Um, but yeah, it's scary numbers, man.
Yeah.
Especially the way things are going in terms of like, lifestyle and food choices that are out there. Those numbers are, I guess it could be scary or it could be kind of a wake up call, like we were saying in previous episodes. Like even this whole idea about not thinking of the idea that we're not in midlife but in kind of 3/4 is something that you can either take as kind of a scary idea or you could take it as a wake up call to kind of take your health seriously because as we get older, you said like your life becomes a little more sedentary. You're a little more busy with other things, so it becomes more important to be intentional about your health in terms of like your diet and getting some movement in every week. So
Yeah. There's that word again.
intentional.
That's right. That's right. That's a
We
staple
gotta
on
get
our
the
show.
shirts. Yeah, we gotta get the shirts printed up.
You know?
Be intentional.
Be intentional. But like I said before, the good thing about it is that 90% of cardiovascular disease is preventable. So the American Heart Association, they recommend 150, let me see if I can remember this off the top of my head. 150 minutes of
Moderate exercise, right?
moderate aerobic
Yeah.
exercise weekly,
Okay.
and then 75 minutes of a
High
vigorous,
intensity, like
high
high intensity,
intensity.
right? Like vigorous. Okay.
Yeah, so there's a difference between aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic is mostly working with the heart and the lungs and the air and the oxygen, and anaerobic is just like working without the oxygen. So think of like a 50 to 60 or 100-meter sprinter, or someone that does like extreme exercise in a short burst. And anaerobic, that's anaerobic. And aerobic, I'm sorry, aerobic is more endurance based. So going for a run, playing tennis, um, walking on the treadmill. These are the things that are more aerobic, which helps strengthen the heart because the heart is a muscle, and get the lungs pumping. So these are things that you can do to combat heart disease, to keep those HDLs and those LDLs low. And if any of you out there don't know what the HDL and the LDL is, that's high density lipoproteins and low density lipoproteins.
Which one is the bad one? Like
The
I'm
bad
forgetting.
one
Like
is
there's
the
a
L, is
okay.
the L. So think of like low down dirty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I always have those in my head, and I can never remember which one is the bad one.
Yeah. So think of hay for the high density, which is the good one, and the low down dirty. The happy
Yeah,
for the
I just think
HDL
of
and the low
L.
down dirty.
I'm
You
gonna
took a
associate it
L.
with taking a L. Yeah, I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
okay, if you took a L, that's not a good thing. So I'm gonna always make
Yeah.
that association going forward.
So when you
Uh,
go, and that's one of the things that the doctors check, especially as we get older. So you want to, I think it's measured in what they call micrograms per deciliter. And you want your HDL to be above 60. And I think it's the 60 to 80 range. And you want your LDL to be below 100, like I think it's mgdls, something like that. I could be off by a fraction, but that's
uh,
basically what you want in regards of having your LDLs and your HDLs.
before we had this conversation, like I was gonna ask you because you're the fitness professional, right, and a resident expert.
Hmm.
Um, I was gonna ask you something that it doesn't seem as relevant now, like because now that we're deep into the conversation, it feels like the relevant part about this is really about the cardiac health. But I was gonna ask you about the difference between, like you said, like the aerobic and anaerobic exercise, and which one you think is kind of like more important for like weight loss and fitness, right? Because the
Yeah.
reason I ask is because I follow some fitness folks, and sometimes the information gets confusing, right? Like you're talking about something that is very relevant in terms of like the cardiac health and making sure that you're doing some sort of aerobic exercise because it's going to help you with your heart. Um, I'm sure you could talk about like VO2 max and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But what I wanted to talk about is really quick. People say that at our age we should be lifting heavy,
Yeah.
and we should be lifting heavy, and that's how we're gonna like really get fit and lose weight, and that people should actually not be running, right? So what I'm saying is that the information is kind of confusing. Like there's a lot of talk about people doing cardio and saying that all the cardio does is make you hungry and and like wear down your joints and
Yeah.
especially doing high intensity cardio like running and stuff like that. They say that we should stop running and we should lift heavy. So I
Yeah.
guess I guess that's the takeaway that I'm getting from some of these fitness influencers and stuff like that. So I want to get your take on that.
So you should lift heavy at least one time a week.
Yeah.
But heavy weightlifting is more for the muscles, which I like to call the shock absorbers, which protect the bones. And lifting heavy weight and resistance training helps to prevent osteoporosis. So it strengthens the bone. So think of lifting weights just as a means of strengthening bone density. That's its most important job.
Okay.
Strengthening bone density and also giving you protection, giving your bones protection. So when you're older and you do fall, you don't break your hip because your muscles are developed, or you don't have a problem opening the jaw because it's also been clinically proven that grip strength um, or the lack thereof can either add years or take years away from your life
Yeah.
as a senior.
Right.
Uh,
I've read that too about the grip strength thing, like where
yeah,
humans are kind of unique, right? Like in the sense that out of all the animals in the animal kingdom, we are the ones that have this ability to grip things and carry things long distances, right?
yeah,
So the ability to carry things, the ability to kind of shake somebody's hand is like one of those markers of like, I guess, virility. Sometimes,
yeah,
like when somebody's shaking your hand, they're trying to break it almost. That becomes like the contest of who's the more like virile, who's the manly man, I guess, in the room.
hmm
But seriously, like I've heard that, or at least I've read, and you're kind of confirming it for me now that grip strength is one of those markers of health. Just the ability to carry things around, just the ability to open up a jar and or have like dexterity in your hands and fingers
hmm
is extremely important, right? And it's one of those
yeah,
things that make us unique amongst the animals. It could save your life, basically.
yeah, absolutely. So that's what like heavyweight training does. Heavyweight training does nothing really. Well, you know what? I'm not going to say does nothing really because
Mhm.
I could be mistaken. There could be some science out there that
Well,
that
what
disproves it.
What
But
what about the idea that, and this is only like I said, like I'm taking this from the Instagram fitness influencers again,
yeah,
so I gotta admit that, right? Like this is not like from my doctor or anything, but folks saying that building muscle actually burns more fat, right? Like so, the idea that as you get older, you're losing muscle.
yeah,
Right. So especially so it becomes especially important for people in our age range, you know, to be honest, like to lift heavy and to continue to try to build muscle and maintain muscle as well, right?
yeah,
Because it not only is a stabilizer, like you said, absorbing, keeping up your strength to do everyday tasks, but the idea that, you know, muscle actually burns fat is another one of those things that they say, like if you want to get fit, you should be trying to build muscle, and especially as you get older, because you're actually losing muscle, you know, as you age.
yeah. So as once you start losing by the percentages, I think once you start hitting your 40s and 50s, you start losing like 20 to 40% of your muscle.
Wow.
So that's why it's important to keep working out so that you can slow that down. Um, but it is true in this aspect. Muscles are the greediest aspects of your body. Muscles always want to be fed.
Right.
So the biggest, strongest muscles always want to consume. They so that they can continue to be as large as they are, as strong as they are, etc. So it is true in that sense. That is true. It does help you to burn fat. Um, but most people aren't going to do that type of high intensity working out to create what's called like the EPOC effect, the exercise post oxygen consumption effect, right? So that's what you get, like what we call the afterburn. And that's when
Mm,
you're doing like the hit classes and the high intensity. And
mm,
what I like to tell people is that you can always walk further than you can run.
right.
All right. So it's easier to walk 5 miles than it is to run 5 miles if you're not conditioned to do that. Now, you do gain some type of muscle from doing the more endurance based, but it's more lung work, it's more heart work. All right. So case in point, when you see big bodybuilders drop like flies and they usually die of some type of a heart disease.
Why is that?
Well, because they're building their muscles so large that's a lot of surface area for the heart to pump blood and to get oxygen to. And they have bad diets as well. Do you
They
know?
have bad diet. They
Yeah, they
have
have
bad
bad diets.
diets.
Yeah, they have bad diets. You know what I mean? So,
Bodybuilders.
yeah, their diets are terrible. Their diets are terrible. So when you see them on stage looking at their best, they'll tell you themselves that's the closest that they are to death.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
What about
yeah,
so sometimes like I've seen bodybuilders, right? Like I've seen the big ones like where they're huge and
yeah,
they're just trying to, it feels like they're just trying to get as big as they possibly could get, right? And then
yeah,
I've seen the other ones in competition where they've they get like really slim, like really like almost emaciated, and like where you could see, are we having some technical difficulties here?
you're blinking.
I know I'm blinking. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know what that's about by now.
Now you good. Oh, and as soon as you said it, you was good, and then you look.
What's going on with this?
That's odd.
Well,
Well,
any
we got we got the strobe light going now.
well,
You never know what
in
you're
any
gonna get on
case,
our show.
in any case, we're having
Yeah.
some technical difficulties with the video portion of the show,
Mm-hmm.
but hopefully, like the audio will will hold up for
Yeah.
this. But the question I was gonna ask, really what I was talking about was like you were saying that they have really bad diets, right? Like, so I wanted to kind of dig deeper into that because you do see like sometimes you have the really big bodybuilders, and then you have those folks that are kind of like it feels like they're working on getting as thin as possible, if that makes sense, right? Like to show their muscles, I guess.
Yeah. The
They're
striations, as they
losing.
call it, the
Yeah,
striations and the vascularity. So they want their
yeah.
veins to pop. They want to get their body fat below. Sometimes they're on stage at 3% body fat. That's basically like skin on muscle. If you pinch them, their skin would like stay in place for a few seconds.
But is that what you mean when you say like they'll tell you that that's as close to death as they get? Like, is
Yeah,
it those
because
is
your
those type of
hormones are going,
bodybuilders?
yeah, your hormones are going wild. When you get that thin and there's no fat. So, fat is a transporter. And that goes back to like the HDL and the LDLs. So basically the LDLs is the lipoproteins is cholesterol, and we need cholesterol. It's essential. Cholesterol builds cells, it produces hormones, it digests fats, and it converts your vitamin D. That's what converts vitamin D. So that's basically your cholesterol and your triglycerides. All right. So now if you're getting rid of all of the fat in your body, or just about all of the fat, um what what the triglycerides and what the lipoproteins does is it's a transporter. It transports these things through the blood because its blood is basically like plasma and water, right? So it wraps itself in like this waxy material. That's what a lipoprotein is, and it transports. It's like a taxi cab, basically.
Right.
Right. So if you're reducing it and you're like taking these waxy substance off of the your hormones, your estrogens and your testosterones, they can't go where they need to go. So you're literally like malfunctioning. Your body is just all out of whack. All out of whack. You know what I mean? It's the most miserable that they say that they claim they're miserable. They go through these high and low emotions, and because their body isn't regulating like it's supposed to. And then they don't really do cardio. So they're not doing like endurance where they're getting their zones up, like they're going into the zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, and zone 4 for extended periods of time. You may see them just walking because fat burning starts at 20 minutes. Once you get out of 20 minutes, you start fat burning, but you're not strengthening the heart muscle, so to speak. And then you're so big, it takes so much energy and so much blood now and to circulate through the system, and blood carries oxygen, and that's the most important thing. Oxygen being carried to the muscles, to the cells, to the tissue of the body. All right. And without oxygen, the tissue dies, right? So that's how you get like this necrosis. And that's how you get people with heart attacks, and where certain chambers in certain parts of the body, the arteries are clogged, so you're not getting that blood to the area, so you're not getting oxygen, and parts of the tissue starts dying in the heart.
Mm.
So you get like a log jam too of cholesterol because it can't pass through. So now it's worse than like traffic in Los Angeles. You know what I mean? But endurance, walking, getting your 10 to 20,000 steps in, this helps to clear out the fat. If you're consistently doing it, it helps to clear out the arteries, to clear out the fat deposits. And as the fat deposits, they calcify, so then you have hardened fat deposits in the arteries. And that's why you get a lot of these bodybuilders out here that pass away, usually by some type of heart disease. A lot of, I think, kidney failure as well, but heart disease, especially over the last 5 years or so, they've been dropping like flies,
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's always best, I feel, if you just want to be healthy, to do endurance. and then take one day where you lift heavy, or you may do a anaerobic sprint or something of that nature, just to build the muscles, to keep the muscles strong. But in general, try to get your 10 to 20,000 steps in a day,
Right.
because that's what you're more consistently able to do. It's not too much of a strain. And what 10,000 steps is, is that like 4 to 5 miles a day, depending on your stride,
Right.
how tall or short you are. So shorter people, it might be only 4 miles. For someone with a longer stride, it might be 6 miles at 10,000 steps. So, my recommendation is just to be healthy, is to walk, jog, lift moderately, and then pick one day when you do heavy work and you may do like more anaerobic work.
So
There's a lot of people out there that just say things and they confuse.
right. Right. Yeah. I appreciate that. I get that. And so for your clients, you're saying that when you make it's like, let's say somebody comes to you, right, as a client, and they say, Reyes, I want to make sure that I don't have a heart attack
Yeah.
like in the next few years. I just want to do anything I can to make sure that I don't have a heart event, basically. Right. So you're saying that the type of things you recommend to them is like making sure they're getting, that 150
I
minutes
put
of
them on a
moderate.
machine. Yeah, I put them on a
Yeah.
machine. I put them on. First, I asked the when's the last time they had their checkup and what are their numbers? What's their cholesterol numbers?
Sure.
Because you can't just throw somebody on a treadmill or a bike or an elliptical machine if there's a possibility that they have some blockage. So I need to know like kind of their health history. If they're fine, then the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you on like a treadmill, and I'll put you on like an incline. Like, some people, they think that just running sprints is the fastest way, but it's just as effective to go a little longer and raise the incline. What they call, I think they call it the 3-3-6 or 30-33-6, something like that, where you raise the incline and you walk on like a 3.5 incline on like 2.5 to 3.0, and you just walk for like 20 minutes. Boy, you'll be dripping with sweat, man. And then if you
Right.
put dumbbells in your hands, you may walk with dumbbells in your hands, which I call carrying groceries in the Bronx, because we're known for our hills. If you're carrying like some small
Right.
light dumbbells, it works even more. You're out of breath, man. The heart's pumping. You're getting up into those higher zones. So you're really getting a good cardio. You're strengthening the heart. You're really getting a good cardio exercise out of it. Then if I just throw you on the bench press, just say, okay,
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna throw you on the bench press. Or I'm saying we're just gonna run as fast as you can. You got to take baby steps. So there's a
Right.
difference. There's a difference in this.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
And what about in terms of like, because I know you have like a background, quite a bit about nutrition as well. Where like, so say the same client comes to you like, listen, man, it's like we got our workout plan is dialed in. I'm good. But what about in terms of like eating? Right? Do you have any suggestions for that same client when they ask you like, hey, how should I be eating? Like, what do you what do you suggest?
I suggest lower fat. Some people, you think you're eating healthy, like let's say you get like those trail mix, right? And you take a handful of trail mix. You don't understand how much fat are in those cashews, those peanuts. And really the serving size, if you look at the serving size, so most of it, it's like a quarter cup,
Right.
which is nothing. If you think about it, when you look at it, it's really nothing. So the one thing that I would say, I ask them is like, what are you eating? Like, what did you eat today? What did you eat yesterday? How much butter do you consume? How much fried foods are you eating? How often do you fry? When's the last time you had a salad? When's the last time you ate some sprouts? These are they say, well, I eat trail mix. I say, well, what kind of trail mix do you eat? Is it full of sugar? What type of portions? Do you look at the back and see that this one bag is actually 6 servings, and you've eaten 3 servings or maybe even the whole bag at a time, thinking that you're eating healthy and you're not? So these are the things. The classic, you can't out-train a diet as well.
Right.
So one of the trickiest things is that you work out and you really think that you've done this work that you can have a little cheat meal. But in reality, maybe you've burned, if you're lucky, you burned 500 calories, and it's hard to burn 500 calories in one setting in a workout. But let's say you did, and you leave and you're hungry, and you go eat 1,500 calories worth of food.
Right. You kind of negated all the work you did.
Yeah, now
And
you're
then
you're
some.
you're behind. You're
Right.
behind. So you've burned 15, you've burned 500 calories, you've eaten 1,500. So not only did you replenish that 500, but now you put yourself in a 1,000 surplus, and your workout is done for the day.
Right.
You
Yeah,
so
it's interesting, but that's exactly what I was talking about when I say like, some of the influencers online will talk about this in terms of what kind of like the danger of relying solely on cardio is that
yeah.
you're gonna make yourself hungry and
hmm
you're not gonna burn as many calories as you think doing cardio.
hmm
And then you're gonna negate your whole workout because you're gonna be so hungry that you're gonna want to binge it on something because you ran and now
Yeah.
you're starving. Now you're pretty much starving.
Yeah.
So it's just something that they recommend you should be careful about. But I
And
understand
then
what you're
after
saying.
that,
Like
they
there has
try
to
to
be
sell you
some,
their meal plan, probably.
or like their video course or whatever it is. Like
hmm
I got to sign up for some sessions with them, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
but
You
yeah,
know, that social media sometimes at its worst.
absolutely.
So if you want to get in shape, I always say grab the low-hanging fruit. Go for a walk, bro. Try to get your 10,000 steps in during the course of a day, and mind what you eat. Like, read the back of these food labels and see what serving sizes are,
Right.
and then and
And
then plan
you
accordingly.
and you yourself, like you're a vegan, right?
Yeah.
So what's your take on like being a vegan and it's that the impact of that on your heart, right? Like, because that's another thing. Like when you hear like contradictory information now about all types of
Yeah.
like kind of I don't want to call them diets, but just like people and their eating choices, right? Like so if you're choosing like, hey, I'm gonna be a vegan, I'm only gonna eat vegetable or vegetable derived food,
Yeah.
um, I'm never gonna eat any meat or animal derived product, right? What do you think is the impact of that as opposed to somebody that's telling you like, hey, you should go keto or you should be like high protein, low carb, or you should be like high protein and high fat, and that's good for you because you're gonna lose a bunch of weight and all this other stuff, right? Like, what's been your experience and your take on like the difference between like people that are eating all vegetables all day and then and then somebody that's trying to go like protein or high fat because they feel like that's gonna be the way that they're gonna burn ketones as
Yeah.
opposed to burning glucose all day.
It depends on your needs. Like, it also depends on your
Uh,
activity level. So um and the one thing that I do say is junk food is junk food because Oreos are vegan, bro.
mm. Are they?
Yes, Oreos are vegan. It's a science project gone horribly right. You know what I mean? So that's
That's a
what
way of
Oreos
putting
are.
it.
Yeah. You have vegans who eat these meat substitutes. Like, I'll have a Beyond Burger or Impossible Burger every now and then, but you have people that they literally they eat it like how they used to eat hamburgers and stuff. Like, they're eating it every day. And these things are high in fat because to get something that tastes good, you have to add sugar and you have to add fat.
Right.
Right. So and then that's not even the chemicals that they're introducing into these foods. But um, personally, it's harder to pack on muscle to being a vegan outside of having like protein shakes and things of that nature. You have to supplement more than you would as someone who's a carnivore diet. You have to supplement, like I have to supplement with B12 because B12 you receive B12 naturally occurring in like meats where you
Right.
don't receive B12 naturally occurring in most plants. Um, and I have to eat like a small piece of steak would be an equivalent to like 2 cups of like chickpeas.
Right.
So you just have to eat more. But at the same time, It's like that pound of feathers and pound of metal, right? Too much protein is too much protein. If you're eating 200 grams of protein on a vegan diet and 200 grams of protein on a carnivore diet, it may still be too much for your kidneys to process. So
Right.
now you're getting some type of you can get kidney failure. So it's a slippery slope. I tell people just research it and don't always look at the social. Find what's best to works for you. And yeah, I just chose a vegan lifestyle. Well, I'm vegan like 99% of the time because I'm not even gonna front. Every now and then I steal a slice of pizza, man. I'll sneak a slice of pizza.
That's good
Straight
to
up.
know, man.
Straight up.
I
Straight up. Straight
appreciate
up,
the
son.
honesty.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in terms of like your heart though, like specifically, like do you feel like your lifestyle is better for your heart health?
Yes. Yes, because it's just naturally I'm ingesting less fat
Gotcha.
than I would of like a processed meat product or a steak or a burger or whatever, lamb chops, whatever. I'm naturally not consuming as much fat just in general. And then couple that with a like a super active lifestyle, whatever fat is going in, I'm burning it off.
Right.
I'm
I
burning it
gotcha.
off through diet and exercise. But if you're just sitting there, you can be there's fat vegans. You know what I mean? Let's keep it up. Let's keep it a
Right.
buck.
Right.
Like you can eat like almonds and say I eat almonds, but you eat too much almonds and you're maybe doing 3,000 steps a day. That fat is going to start piling up. So you have to exercise. You have to move things through the system. You have to get your fiber in. You have to do all types of things like that. Yeah. So now that we've talked about working out, Rance has some do's and don'ts at the gym, man. I got a little thing that I want to tell the people. I'm pushing you to work out, to go to the gym, to work out, to get your 10,000 steps, work on the treadmill, but some of you may start going to the gym for the first time. And Rance has your Gym 101.
All right.
A
Let's
few
hear it.
things. Number 1, always re-rack your weights when you're
Okay.
going into the gym. Always re-rack your weights. Nobody likes a slob, yo. The worst thing, and one of my friend Gio will attest to this, there's nothing that drives him more crazy than having to pick up people's dumbbells that they lay around. So don't be a slob in the gym. Number
Yeah,
2,
that's a good one.
wipe down your equipment, man. You know?
It's a good one.
Yeah, man. Number 3, the bench is only for bench pressing. So do not go and jump on the bench press and do bicep curls, or jump on the bench press and do core work,
Okay.
or jump on the bench press. Yeah, man. That's valuable real estate, man.
So where should people be doing their curls? Like if you can't sit on the
benches
bench?
that aren't meant for bench pressing. You know what I mean? There's plenty of benches out there that aren't meant for bench pressing. That drives us nuts.
All right.
This is very important too. And this is for you people that just go into the gym. Do not try to be super friendly in the gym at 5 a.m. and 5 p.m.
Right. That makes sense for
Yo,
obvious
because
reasons.
5 a.m., it's the
It's too
same
early.
like 7 to 10 people, the hardcore people in there. You don't want to be in there at 5 a.m., but
Right.
you may have to go to
You don't
work.
have time to talk.
You don't have
just
the
want to
time.
get it in
You
and
just
get
want to
out.
get your numbers in, son. And the last thing you want is some new person coming saying, hey, how you doing? This is my first time in the gym. Can you tell me they'll be kind of nice, but they won't be nice at the same time.
Right.
At 5 p.m., you already know it's a madhouse at 5 p.m.
Yeah,
It's the
5
opposite of
p.m.
5 a.m.,
Exactly.
And when you're using the cardio machines at 5 p.m., there's a 30-minute unwritten rule. Sometimes there's written rules. There's a 30-minute unwritten rule that you do 30 minutes on your cardio machines and you get off. When
Really?
it's super crowded. Yes.
Oh,
some
man.
gyms have it written up there, but when the gym is crowded, you're supposed to do
It's supposed to
30
be
minutes.
the courtesy is 30 minutes.
30 minutes and get off. Because everybody floods to the treadmills and the bikes and the ellipticals on the after work crew. And last but
Interesting.
not least, oh no, I have another one. I have 2.
Go ahead.
Don't come to the gym already stink.
Oh man, coming to the gym already stinking? You mean to get out of
Yes.
here? People do
People
that?
do that. Absolutely. And stay off your phone. Stop sitting on machines and looking on your phone and looking through Instagram and sending text messages. And some
What if you
people
have to record yourself and upload it to your fans and to your to the people that might be watching? Well, you got to go live in there.
well, if you
I'm
gotta go
just
live,
joking. That.
you know what I'm saying? You set your little phone and your little camera off to the side, you do your reps and you get off.
What if I need my tripod? I got to set up my phone and the
Well,
tripod.
people
And
do that, but
do
you
they?
know, yeah, people do that. I record at the gym all the time, but we just lean our phones up to something and then we make sure nobody else is in the picture.
Right, that's right.
Or
You do record.
yeah, and we make sure, or if the people are with the people we know and they know that we'll tape, or we'll ask like, "Yo, we're taping. Do you want? We'll move." Or most of the time, people are okay if you just ask them like, "Look, I'm taping. Do you mind? I don't want you being in a pic because you don't know where they may not supposed to be in the gym that day, so you never know." You know?
You might catch somebody that's on the run.
Yeah, they may be on the run. But the people that are sitting on a machine, especially at 5 p.m. when it's busy, and they're doing 3 to 5 minutes, they're reading the times, you know, on their phone, or they're answering text messages, or they're talking. We got a guy that just walks around and talks all the time, and he just sits down on the machines and he doesn't get up. Yeah, don't be those people, man. Don't be those people. You know?
Okay. Was
So
that
that's
two? Was
rest.
that two? Or was that
I
did
did
you have
I
one
did the
more?
don't come stink, and then I said
Okay, I
the
got
stay
you.
off
Yeah,
your
yeah,
phone.
you did.
So
You
that's
covered it.
Rance's Gym
You
Etiquette
covered it.
101. So many of you guys want to get heart healthy, want to go to the gym, start working out, you know,
You gotta go in there with the
just look at the lay of
proper
the land.
etiquette. Yeah, there's
Y-
etiquette. There's
Yeah,
etiquette. There's emotional intelligence to like kind of understanding, like you said, the lay of the land and the culture in your gym. Or
yeah, man. Yeah. So-
yeah,
and start
those
off
are good.
slow.
Those are good ones because going to the gym, like you don't really think about like what's going on there, and there's people that have been going there for a long time, and you
Mm-hmm.
come in there new, and you might be
Yeah.
doing something that is kind of disruptive,
Yeah.
without
Don't
even
be too
knowing it.
talkative. Yeah,
Yeah,
don't be
without
too
even knowing it.
talkative.
Yeah, you going
Yeah.
in there to make friends, and there's people that are just in there to get, like you said, get their numbers and get out of there.
Yeah, man. And to be honest with you, if you're somebody who like the regular people that are always at the gym, if they see and they know that that's just your first time, because you always look like your first time in the gym, you look like it's your first time in the gym. You're walking around, you don't know anything. They will walk up like 80% of the time,
Somebody's gonna
they'll
walk up
they'll
and
walk up
introduce
to you
themselves.
and they may not introduce themselves to you. They just feel like, yo, what you looking for?
Right. Then they ask if you need help with something,
They
right?
may need you if you need help. They won't let you die on the bench press. You know what I mean? They'll be like, yo, do you need a spot? Do you need this? But don't just go walking up, hey, I'm Rance, man. This is my first time here, bro. This is not at 5 a.m., man. It'll be the worst experience of your life.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that. No, those are good tips because I wouldn't know that. I haven't been to like a public gym in a long time. So if I went into a gym, I wouldn't know what to do in there.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And be leery of the people that always want to run up to you and volunteer information too. If the normal gym goers are actually too friendly with you, you know what I mean? They're trying to sell you something. Some detox tea or something.
They sign you up for a session.
Yeah, they may be like a personal trainer on the low that's trying to get you. Yeah, man.
Some detox tea.
Yeah,
They might be selling
flat belly tea.
CMOS. They selling
Flat belly
CMOS.
tea and the CMOS, Those watery
The
jars of
Herbalife. You got the Herbalife
Yeah.
people in there. Nah, shout out to the Herbalife people though. I don't want to disrespect them. But
Yeah, so that's gym etiquette 101. That's one of the things. But know the lay of the land. Just go in there,
Absolutely.
do your work, and get out, man. Go there often enough, and then you become part of the landscape.
Yo, this is a little off topic, man. But
Mhm.
speaking of like people selling stuff,
Yeah.
have you seen these videos of these people selling pineapples?
Oh, the Kool-Aid pineapples.
The Kool-Aid pineapples, man. And usually like I wouldn't give this any airtime, this type of thing, but I find it fascinating, man. Like I can't get enough of it, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. Like it's I
It's
don't know
your
what it
guilty
is,
pleasure.
man.
It's your guilty
It's
pleasure right now.
it's something about watching these people make they're making this stuff, right? Like, so bottom line, if you never heard of this, people are going to Sam's Club or Costco. I don't know where they're going. I think it's Sam's Club or Costco or something, man. Like some big box store where you can get things in bulk. And what they're doing is they're buying these like they're pineapple spears mostly, right? They come in a jar. There's these pineapple spears, and what they're doing is they're taking packets of Kool-Aid and they're soaking the pineapple spears in Kool-Aid, right? And it's changing them colors, it's giving them the flavor of the Kool-Aid, obviously. Sometimes they're putting like half a cup of sugar or something in there, and like, or however much sugar that they're putting in there to make it even sweeter than it is. And it's already sweet, right? Like, so because the pineapple spears come in coconut water, right?
Yeah.
So they're already sweet, right? And pineapples are naturally sweet themselves. So I don't know what's going on that people need this stuff even sweeter, but they're putting
Diabetes is
sugar
going
in it.
on. That's what's
But,
going
but
on.
they're putting sugar in it, and then they're putting the Kool-Aid in there for flavor and for like the fancy coloring, right? Like, and they're actually taking the Kool-Aid packet and they're taping it to the jar, so now you know what flavor you got, and people are going across apparently people are driving across the country to sell this stuff. They're selling it in their neighborhoods, and people are lining up to get these pineapples, which I think are probably about $8 a jar or something like that. And they're selling these jars for like $20, $15, you know, the little 2 for $30, stuff like that, right? And I just want to know, if one, have you seen this? Am I spending too much time on social media? Because I'm serious, and I guess the answer might be yes to both of those things, because I'm finding myself like I'm fascinated with the fact that this becomes such a phenomenon, right? It's gone viral, and it feels like more and more people are taking this as a road to really get some extra money.
Entrepreneurs.
Right? Yeah, like they're treating this like a real entrepreneurial venture, and not to say that maybe it is. Like I can't take away anything from somebody trying to get some money, and if it's working. And it's not, you know, you're not hurting anybody. I mean, well, you're not purposely hurting anybody, because
not purposely.
Because if you're putting that much sugar and Kool-Aid into the pineapples, you might be hurting somebody, but not intentional, right? But have you seen this?
Yeah, absolutely, I've seen it, because we're friends on Instagram, and you look at it so much, it
Yeah,
jumps
like
over to my
the
feed.
algorithm is sharing my stuff.
The algorithm is like, hey, Rance, guess what? Guess what Maine is watching right now? You want to see? You want to see? So yes, man, am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it's crazy. And you know some of the pineapple spears come in syrup too.
So wait a minute. So they don't just come in coconut water, they come in syrup?
Some of those pineapple spears, actually, they'll come in like syrup. Like, remember the fruit cocktail? You get the fruit cocktail in water or the fruit cocktail in syrup. And then they're pouring more sugar on top of it, yo.
Yeah, that's even worse than I thought, man. Like,
and then you got the dyes. You know how we feel about the blue raspberry dyes and all that stuff.
The blue raspberry, man. I even posted on our Instagram one time. I'm like, hey, wear on the orange and blue you want, but please don't be out there eating
blue
orange and blue food. Like, you guys are out there eating blue food. Just because the Knicks, in the finals, y'all, since when we start eating all this blue stuff, man? Like, stop that.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody give you a blue bagel.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
Blue and orange bagel.
Yeah, a blue and bright orange bagel. Y'all out there eating blue and orange cookies. And like, come on, guys. Like, go Knicks, but come on, take it easy. Y'all are out there eating blue stuff. Like, what? Nothing in nature appears blue. Like that color blue.
Well, there's the one. There's
spirulina.
Blue
spirulina. We saw that blue spirulina is the only naturally occurring, and I still want to do a little bit of research.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, even that is kind of messing me up. But blue spirulina might be the only thing that has that natural color, right?
Yeah.
But that color blue doesn't really exist in nature, right? Typically. And I see a lot of people making all this blue stuff in honor of the Knicks, man. We're going off on too many tangents today, but but I think it's relevant because your heart probably is not enjoying. It probably doesn't want you to be eating all this blue and orange cookies and bagels.
Yeah, especially if you don't walk.
Yeah, that blue dye cannot be good for your heart.
Yeah,
I don't know that for sure. I'm not a
yeah.
doctor,
But
but
we can
something
take
I'm gonna take an
what do you call
educated
it?
guess.
Educated guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that that
Yeah.
blue dye is not
Hmm.
good for you,
That blue dye, that
and
purple dye,
the
that
amount that
red
they gotta
dye.
use, the amount
Yeah.
of blue they gotta use to make all this stuff,
Yeah.
that cannot be good for you, man. That bright
Just
orange either.
yeah, just eat a pineapple, man. You know, pineapples
Yeah,
are
like what
naturally
is wrong
delicious.
with just eating the pineapples?
Yeah, just please, just eat the pineapples, yo.
Yo, and then I went down a rabbit hole on this, so I'm watching the videos, and they're actually putting Kool-Aid and other things too. Like they're putting them in, in all types of stuff. Like I
Yeah.
saw Hawaiian punch flavored shrimp. To believe
Oh
it or
my
not,
gosh.
I saw somebody made chicken wings like that were like a grape flavor, like purple soaked chicken wings, right?
Oh.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know I don't know how I feel about that though.
I feel terrible about it.
I
I
might
feel
want to
horrible
try
about
one
it.
though. You don't want to try one?
Nah, I don't. I don't.
No?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I might
There's
want
some
to try
things.
one.
There's some things that I won't try. Like you know, in the '80s, there was a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff that I didn't try, and I'm
Yeah.
glad I didn't try it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now in 2026, there's some things that I'm just not gonna try, man.
I
Like,
lean on the fact like I'm like, yo, I put in 30,000 steps yesterday. I'm
hey, man, you're gonna negate it. You can't
I'm
outrun
gonna
that.
negate it with
You
one
can't. You
purple
can't.
soaked wing.
Yeah, you can't outrun. You can't outrun a grape wing. Grape flavored wings cannot be outrun.
I'm willing to throw veganism out the window.
Yeah,
Everything
man.
for something purple.
Do not eat that wing soaked
Yeah,
in
stay away
grape
from that
Kool-Aid.
stuff. Maine is right. Stay away from that stuff. Man.
Nah, I'm just saying, like, I don't want to knock anybody's, like, hustle, so to speak. If that's the way you get your money, like, that's fine. But I'm just fascinated by the fact that people are doing this, and it feels like they're putting a lot into it in terms of investing, and not money per se, but like the time it takes to be out there hustling. That is like, I don't know. I feel like there's other ways to do things, man, and than peddling Kool-Aid. That feels, I don't know. It feels in
You call them a
2026 like.
Kool-Aid peddler?
Nah, I'm not saying that. Like, no disrespect to anybody. I don't want to say this in a way where, like, I get it, right? Like, if you're making money, go ahead and make your money. But it feels like, it just feels like there's better.
There's better ways.
Yeah, there's other alternatives. There's
things to
healthier ways to
sell.
go about this, man. Yeah, there's healthier things that you could be selling than Kool-Aid soaked pineapples, right?
Yeah. But I'm sure they're delicious. At the same time, we're sure they are delicious.
I'm sure they're delicious, man.
But this is Men's Health Month. So there we go, throwing it around the corner and it's coming back, yo. You know what I'm saying?
I guess I have to say it because it's Men's Health Month.
It is Men's Health Month, man.
Yeah, like don't give your man don't give the men in your life these Kool-Aid soaked.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And stop giving people blue stuff, man. All you bakeries out there, cut it out, man. It's all the next one is over. Stop it, man. Stop with the blue. Stop it, man. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Cut it out. You're not eating that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure you're not taking a lunch break to eat an orange and blue flavored bagel. Orange and blue straight through, too. It's straight through.
Yeah, cut it out, man. Don't do
so,
that. Don't do that.
Take care of your bodies, man. Main and Rants are here to tell you, take care of your bodies, man. Buy some Sprouts.
Yeah. Get some Sprouts.
You want something orange? Eat a carrot.
But the other funny thing though, like, is like, I guess it's come full circle because some of the healthier folks online, they're doing alternatives to that Kool-Aid pineapple, right? Like, so they're taking like natural juice and they're soaking the pineapple in natural juices and things that change the color naturally and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So there's natural alternatives to this that are healthier. And so that's interesting to see. Like people always take something that goes viral and they put their spin on it. So for me, it's just been interesting to see, man. Like I'm not trying to knock anybody's hustle. Like I said, I'm being honest. Like it's funny to talk about in a way, but honestly, like it's just been fascinating to me to see this type of viral sensation go the way it's gone. There's people like with PSAs out there, like warning people to not eat this because the amount of sugar is like more than like 36 Krispy Kreme donuts if you eat that whole jar.
And it's so
I've been
addictive.
seeing
How can you not eat a whole jar of it? Because it's so good. You know that sugar fix is crazy, son. Like you eat one and you're like, yo, I'll just save the rest. And then the rest is literally saved. It's like 5 minutes later is when you saved it for the rest. And you done ate a whole 176 grams of
and
sugar.
I see people like tasting it online, right? Because you gotta get the testimonial. Like when you're selling it, you let people taste it, you get them on video. And you know how it goes, like people taste it and they're like, oh, this is, they're not doing it like this. You're doing it different. And like, oh, sip the juice.
Yeah.
Tell them about the juice.
Yeah, they have a little spoon.
Like,
they have a sample spoon.
Gosh. Nah, they drinking it straight out the jar. The person will take the jar, take the jar right to the head, right? They're like, oh, how does that juice? Tell them about the juice. I'm like, yeah, the juice is it.
Yeah.
I'm like, seriously? I've seen pickles, Kool-Aid soaked pickles.
Yeah, that's kind of old school. I remember those in the earlier years. The Kool-Aid.
I don't know. I was out of the loop. Like I never seen that until 2026.
At least those were still like sour. You know what I mean? Like this is just straight unadulterated sugar, dogs. And you know what's next. You know what's next. You know a corporation's going to get a hold of it. And not only is it going to have the sugar, it's going to have the high fructose corn syrup. And it's going to have...
That's the other crazy thing, that it's only a matter of time before the companies get a hold of this. And not only do they destroy the hustle, right? Like they're going to mess up all the entrepreneurs out there, but then they're going to do it their way with all their chemicals and all their sugar and all their this. And now you got, Kool-Aid pineapple is now official coming from coming from like Kraft Heinz Corporation now instead of directly from your neighbor, it's coming from Kraft Heinz, which then you don't know what's going in.
Yeah, man.
So I don't know what to make of it, but it's just been kind of fascinating. Like I said, like it's just a viral sensation that I'm just kind of like, I can't get enough of watching this. Like when I see a video of it, I almost can't help but to watch.
Yeah. As soon as we get off this and we open our phones, you know what's popping up, right?
I know it's gonna pop up right away because the algorithm, that's the way it works. It's all in sync.
It's all in sync, sir.
It's watching us right now. It's listening to watching us right now. So I know it's gonna pop up a lot.
Yeah. So you got anything else to add?
Nah, man.
That was a good mains minute, though. That was a good mains minute right there, son.
I don't know if it was or not,
You know what I mean? So,
I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Because I feel like some people are being introduced to this because I mentioned it. And that's on my conscience now.
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
So if you're out there, don't do this.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't.
Please don't do this.
Yeah, don't just drink sugar.
So that's the takeaway. If you take anything away from this, don't drink sugar, because sugar could lead to diabetes and sugar, insulin and stuff.
Cardiovascular disease, which we've been talking about this episode.
That stuff can be that stuff can only exacerbate problems with your heart, right? Like so, if you want to take anything away from that, don't do it. Watch the videos; they're highly entertaining.
Yes,
but do not. For the love of God, don't eat pineapple soaked in Kool-Aid and sugar, please.
All right, so this concludes our latest episode of the Gen-Xpertise Podcast. Shout out to our now day 44s. We're getting up there.
Yeah.
Our day ones and everyone in between. And as usual and as always, shout out to our day one. And we outside. Knicks in 5.
Absolutely. Knicks in 5. Absolutely.
And you know what, man?
Since we are prolific.
That's right. We are prolific. We will be back next Wednesday. Same Gen X time. Same Gen X place. Once again, shout out to that orange and blue. Orange and blue skies, brother.
Orange and blue skies, but not orange and blue food, please.
Power to the podcast.
Power to the podcast.
Peace.
Peace.